Slain rapper AKA's mom, Lynn Forbes, said that she believes that the person who ordered the hit on her son is not likely to be found, even if the person who fired the bullet is, on an episode of the Carol Ofori podcast on Thursday, 11th May. Kiernan Jared Forbes, popularly known as AKA, was shot outside of Wish restaurant on Florida Road, Durban on 10th February along with his friend Tebelo Tibbs Motswani. On an episode of the Carol Ofori podcast on Thursday 11th May, AKA's mom Lynn Forbes sat down for an interview about losing her son. She revealed that while she wants to trust the justice system in South Africa, she feels like the person who paid for the bullet that killed AKA will not be found, even if the person who fired the bullet is caught. I don't want to say no, I don't think they will ever be arrested. I just don't know if there will ever be any arrest at all. I want to believe that the law will run its course and the investigation will be handled in the best way possible. I don't want to be negative and not believe that will happen. It's just not the most important thing for me because nothing will be done. I believe that obviously this is an organized crime. This is a hit. We all saw the video, so I do believe somebody is behind this. There are two things here. Somebody who pulled a trigger. And I don't think it would help me if I knew who that person was. She continued, I don't think that person had any issues with Kiernan. I don't believe the person who pulled the trigger hated my son. I don't know if that person even knew my son. He was just doing a job that he was paid for. And the person who paid for the bullet. So to answer your question, I think there might be an arrest for the person who pulled the trigger. Whether we would find the person that paid for the bullet, that one I'm not sure about. I don't really believe that will ever happen, she added. In the interview, Lynn also described what the morning of AKA's passing looked like. Before he headed for Durban for his gig, he unfortunately never made it to. The mom of two explained that Cairo has been staying with AKA for the week and the rapper asked her to wake him up before she takes the 7-year-old to school in the morning. So she did, and he told his only child that he loved her and he would miss her so much as she was going to go back to her mom's home. Forbes is definitely right, because even if they find the person who actually pulled the trigger, they will not be able to find the person who actually paid for that trigger to be pulled, because she believes that they are two different people. The person who actually pulled the trigger did not have the motive. The person who paid for the trigger to be pulled is the one who had the motive. So the one who actually committed the crime does not even know AKA. It is possible that he might not even know who the person he was going to kill was. He was just following orders. And just as Lynn Forbes said, the actual mastermind behind the crime may or may never be arrested. And she doesn't have any problem with that. Because the South African justice system is kind of slow. So if she wants to wait for the police to do their job, that means she's going to wait for ages.